Just because the world can be cold doesn't mean you have to be. Let's talk about it. Now, I've actually never really talked about this before, but in the back of my mind, there's always been these two cups, and I like to refer to them as the cups of life. They are equal in weight, size, shape, height, however, they have various differences. For example, one of them being one is bottomless and the other cup is not. Now, the bottomless cup is the cup of positivity. You can never have too much love. You can never pour too much light into it. There is an infinite amount of room, space, time, and opportunity. It's a child's laughter. It's getting a new dog. It's your favorite show coming out with a new season. That's that cup, all the good stuff cup. And then there is the negative cup, where hate lives, where resentment lives. It's where fear inhabits. And that cup, like I said, it isn't bottomless, so it isn't only full, it overflows. When I think about which cup I want to pour into when it comes to energy, time, resources, my mentality, I try to choose the cup of positivity because there's always room for more. And that cup of negativity, there's already enough. There's no need for me to contribute to that cup. Or at least I try not to, You can never fill the bottomless cup. You can never run out of love to give and light to share. So why not pour into that one? Because like I said, the negative cup, it runneth full. There's no need to add to it. There's more than enough to go around. Why pour into it? Why feed into it? Sometimes we meet people, we interact with people, and they hurt us. It sucks. It hurts to get hurt. It really, really sucks. There are people who can be so incredibly cruel and unkind, and sometimes it can feel like we are outnumbered by them. But I like to think that you have to be your proof that people like you exist. So despite the world and its many attempts to make you cold, to make you cruel, along with aspects of it, you have to be your own proof that people like you exist. You have to be your own reminder of that. It is literally that mindset that has helped push me and protect me and keep me, because there's a part of me that knows I'm not the only one. If I can be kind, if I can be patient, if I can be loving, if I can be understanding, if I can be forgiving, then there are others like that as well. The universe is all about balance. So for every cruel individual, there is a kind one. For every awful exchange, there is a amazing one, a truly amazing one. So keep that balance in mind and just know that you are not alone. There are plenty of people that feel just as you. And I can think of plenty of instances where I've been in situations where someone has hurt me and I've been like, man, I would have never done that to you. I will never forget, there was this time I was in high school and I was attempting to make friends. I said, you know what, I'm just gonna get up and go for it. I was in class with these people, they seemed really cool, and I was like, hey, do you guys wanna hang out this weekend? Let's go do something. And they were all like, yeah, for sure, like, let's do it, sounds fun. Day comes, I go to the spot we're supposed to meet up at the time we're supposed to meet up, and time goes by some more, and they have not shown up. So I call one of them, she doesn't answer, but she sends me a text. The text is like, hey, got caught up doing so and so, not gonna be able to make it, so sorry. Also, the other guys, yeah, they're busy too, so, we're sorry. And it was the first time in my life I'd ever been stood up, like ever. It was in an attempt to make friends, and it was so hurtful. And I just remember thinking, I would not have done this to you. I wouldn't have done this to my worst enemy, probably. I don't like the thought of leaving people hanging. I don't like the thought of leaving people questioning what they did wrong when they did nothing wrong. I like clarity. In fact, I love clarity. In that moment when I was denied not only that, but an attempt at friendship and the promising of a word. I'm very big on keeping your word. My dog is playing. That was another one of those moments where I just knew, okay, not everyone is like me. And that is another thing to keep in mind, and that is okay, because although not everyone is like me, there are many that are. There are many that feel similarly to I do, in the sense that they would have showed up. And I know there are people like that because I was one of those people who showed up, because that's my character, So sometimes you really do have to be your proof that people like you exist, even when life challenges you, even when life wants to make you hard, as a form of protection, someone who keeps their heart close, unavailable. Being who you are is the only way to attract those who are the same. People can be so cruel and they can sleep so peacefully at night, and it is one of those things I cannot understand because I was not meant to understand that. And that's one thing I've learned and accepted. There are certain behaviors I cannot relate to, and that is for a reason. And that is what makes me me. And I have mixed feelings about the ideology of give them a taste of your own medicine. Because although I can see it being useful from time to time, sometimes people don't realize what they've put you through until they've experienced it themselves. However, there's a part of me when I feel as though I am giving someone a taste of their own medicine, and I can't help but think this feels the least like me, because it's not. It's not who I'm supposed to be. I wasn't designed this way for a reason. You were given a heart like this, in a world like this, to show others it exists. Because not only does it exist within you, but it exists in many more. Have hope, keep that in mind, and also remember, in relation to the universe, you are what you attract. So as long as you choose to continue to have a good heart, despite how unfair things can be at times, despite how awful things can be at times, just know that you will attract others who are capable of doing the same, who are capable of overcoming those hardships and still choosing to be a good person, still choosing to be love. You can still attract those who are still choosing to be loved despite all that attempts to pry away from it. And in regards to giving people a taste of their own medicine, it's always something I've struggled with, because I don't feel like myself when I am dishonest with myself. In the back of my mind, if I know this is something I would not do to someone else, even if it is to give them a taste of their own medicine, it does not feel like me to be the one to serve it. I'll let karma rock, I'll let karma do its thing. But ultimately, I know who I am. I know what I do and don't have the means to do to someone. So, I don't know how people do certain things, man, because certain stuff will really keep me up at night. Like, I'm the type, I'll literally still think about someone that I forgot to hold the door open for. Like, that type of stuff will keep me up for real. So, be the little things, man. Know who you are. Here are some tips to keep warm when the world is cold. Number one is unplug. There's a reason Wi-Fi tends to not work in bad weather. And I use the word bad very objectively. None of this is neither bad or good. It's simply nature. It is simply the balance of the universe. It is simply a matter of perspective. Unplug, center yourself, be present. Peace resides in the present. When we can lock in and absorb our environment and just listen to the sounds of nature, allow them to pass you by, allow them to remind you of who you are and where you are, without necessarily letting that to define you either. You choose to define you. Your environment does not do that. The people around you do not do that. You define you. Another thing I'm learning is the beauty of taking a beat, taking a moment, a time, a period for yourself, because it's so easy to just react to things off of a emotion, off of a whim, off of a fleeting feeling that will not last forever. But taking a beat, taking that moment to yourself, is literally a way of calling your power back. It's a way of centering, reminding, regrouping, recovering. Not only is it fair to you, but I feel like it's also fair to those around you who want to see you be the best of you, taking that minute to yourself. And when taking that beat, it's so important to allow yourself to feel everything. And that can be so scary at times, because we spend so much time throughout the day trying to avoid feelings, trying to push them for later on. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I'll be in the midst of life and then something will happen and it'll make me upset. And I'll be like, okay, I just got to get through this now, get what I need to get done, and I can cry about this all I want later, when I'm tucked in the comfort of my own sheets. I told one of my friends this the other day, crying is a part of my process, okay? In order for me to feel and heal from something, I have to get it all out. It is literally the rain before the rainbow. And allowing yourself to feel everything is the only way you can grow from it. You can move on from it. You have to accept it for what it is first, and take that first, which tends to be the most difficult step, to moving forward and letting go. And last but certainly not least, a tip to remain warm when the weather is cold is to choose happiness, because it really is a choice. You wake up and it is not a matter of, I wonder what kind of day I'm going to have today, but deciding from the moment you open your eyes, today is a great day. Today's the best day I've ever had. Not only could it be, but it is, because I say it is. I choose that it is, and it is my reality to define. No one else's. Happiness is truly a choice you make. Although we often make it a nice goal to set in the future, it is a task we can acquire and achieve every single day. We just have to make the choice to do so. Make sure you are being kind to yourself. Give yourself grace. You are a living being, therefore you need to speak life into yourself. Those affirmations, yeah, they be coming in clutch. How you speak to yourself in the mirror, how you speak to yourself in the presence of people, in the presence of no one watching. It is so important. It is so significant because you are literally training your mind to decipher your worth and who you are. Nature is a teacher, even when she's uncomfortable to be around. Even when there's a snowstorm that we thought was gonna be last week and now it's here this week. Even though it's can be cold and uncomfortable, it can still teach you so much, and it can still be so much beauty found within it if only you are open to seeing it. Choosing to see it is just another choice you make. The first 5 minutes I was out here, my nose is already super red. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It kind of just came to me on a whim. I wasn't initially going to film this. I was actually going to start filming my Valentine's Day-esque content, but I felt called to do something a little different, so I hope you enjoyed. And with that being said, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to choosing to remain warm when the world is cold, choosing to remain you when it's tempting to do otherwise. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you stay warm. Once again, stay safe, and I will see you on the other side of peace and love and happiness and all that good stuff. Later. Your environment does not define you, you define you. So maybe that's the meaning of filming this outside in the cold, because despite it all, I still feel very warm.